my mom opened 13 credit card accounts in my name. This idiot really kept this up for at least 2 years. You're not a backup bank, and you are not a government bailout program. What the hell does that mean? Make sure to steal her kid's PlayStation before you leave. I don't want her to go to jail. Case step 26 asks. Just found out yesterday that my mom opened 13 credit card accounts in my name. I now have a 599 credit score and 81,000 in debt. What the F should I do? I looked at my bank account and saw my credit go down. I was very confused because I don't have a credit card with that specific bank. So being curious, I went to see what it was talking about. It showed that I had 13 open accounts and $81,000 in debt. Granted, I have $23,000 of that from student loans, but it said $50,000 in installments. What the hell does that mean? I'm insanely angry, confused, pissed, and don't know what to do, what to say to her, or how to go about it. I don't want her to go to jail for the sake of my younger brother's dependence on her, but what she did to me is beyond messed up. What would y'all do? I need advice. Let me be very clear about what happened here. Your mother committed federal identity theft. This isn't my mom made some bad choices. This is a crime against you, deliberately, for years. And your first instinct is you don't want her to go to jail? She didn't worry about you when she was opening card number 7 or 8 or 13. You know who thinks about consequences? People who aren't committing crimes. She wasn't thinking about consequences. She was thinking about credit limits. And here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. Your younger brother's credit is probably already cooked too. She didn't stop at one victim. She was running a family identity theft operation, and you were just the one who noticed first. Here's what you do right now, not tomorrow, right now. Freeze your credit at all 3 bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Then file a police report, call each creditor with that police report in hand, and dispute every fraudulent account. Then file a complaint at identitytheft.gov and make sure to freeze your brother's credit too before he becomes a victim. The good news is, because this is provable fraud, those accounts can be removed and your credit can recover, but only if you report it. Protecting her protects no one, especially not you. Stop crying, start dialing, and report that woman before she opens a card for the family dog. All right, let me take a sip of this coffee real quick. Okay, my friend started a business using money he borrowed, but unfortunately, the business failed. He now has a loan of around $24,000 at a massive 28% interest rate. Holy crap. His dad is helping out by selling land to pay back around $18,000, but my friend still needs to manage the rest himself. He's really feeling the pressure from the monthly payments. The problem is due to his low creditworthiness now, and his parents being senior citizens with no income. No bank will give him a new loan to refinance this debt at a lower rate. No one in our friend circle is financially eligible to take a loan in their name for him except me. I earn around $12,000 per year. $12,000? Dude, where you live in Afghanistan? Anyways, let's continue. I'm cautious with spending and have never taken a big loan. Not even for things I want, like a bike. $4,800 is a lot for me. Not a light ask. My friend offered to give me his mutual fund and locker credentials as security, but I'm not comfortable relying on that. What he's asking is for me to either take a loan in my name with a lower interest rate or let him use my name to apply for a balance transfer or new loan. And again, I'd legally be responsible. If he defaults, everything is on me, my credit, my finances, my mental peace. I feel guilty for even considering saying no. He's really a close friend. But I also know this is a big risk. Has anyone been in a similar position? I just want to do the right thing here without wrecking my own financial future or my friendship. Okay, I want you to sit with this for a second. The bank said no. His parents are selling ancestral land. Every other friend in the circle said no. And the entire financial system, his own family, and the universe as a whole have collectively looked at this man's creditworthiness and said absolutely not. And now he's come to you. You're not a backup bank, and you are not a government bailout program. The fact that he's asking you to legally take on this debt in your name, not cosign, not help, but fully own it legally, tells you everything you need to know about how he views your friendship. He views it as a resource. Here's the thing about guilt. It's a manipulation tool, whether he means it or not. The desperation, the I have no options, the you're my only hope, that's all pressure designed to override your judgment. Don't let it. The answer is no, and that is a complete sentence. If you want to help him as a friend, then pay for dinner, help him update his resume, help him think through a path forward, be emotionally present. Those things don't put you at risk. A true friend who actually respects you will accept a no and not hold it against you. If he gets cold or angry because you won't destroy your own financial future for him, that's the friendship's real value revealing itself. Okay, what's next? Let me pull it up real quick. Okay, here it is. My wife and I no longer see eye to eye or have the same end goal in life. I'm in the military and looking to get out soon. Thanks for your service. We always said that once I get out, I would work a good high-paying job, which I have lined up, then buy some land and start our farm. We've adjusted a lot of our lifestyle towards that goal. Now that I have a little over 6 months left on my contract, she no longer wants to go forward with our plan. We both grew up in a rural area and both loved the lifestyle. At least I do. And now that we're close to moving forward, she doesn't want to. What I mean by that is she thinks she's going to sit around in the house all day on her phone, scroll through Pinterest, and post pictures of her mini cow. She doesn't understand that it takes actual work to run a farm. Growing up, her brothers and father ran the farm, and she was left to essentially pet the animals and watch TV. I've talked to her about it and brought up things like, in the winter, we'll have to bust the ice in the water tanks. We'll have to feed the animals. You'll have to get better at horseback riding, since starting out, we won't be able to hire hands to help. To which she replies, why? I won't be out there. You will. I'll be inside watching TV. What the hell? Anyways, let me not get sidetracked. I really love my wife, but I fear us not seeing eye to eye or putting in the same amount of effort will get us nowhere except boatloads of debt. I need some advice. I think having a kid right about now should fix things. Okay, this one isn't a financial disaster yet, but it is a slow-motion compatibility crisis that is about to become one. Let's talk about the financial reality because it's very real. Farming with one person doing zero farm work isn't a farm, it's a debt machine. Land costs money, animals cost money, equipment costs money, labor costs money, vet bills, feed, maintenance, repairs, all money. If you're running all of that on one income and doing all the physical work yourself while supporting a spouse who has explicitly told you you will be inside watching TV, you will go broke. Not might, will. Now I want to be fair here. She's 23 and you're 24. You got married young. You're both figuring out who you actually are as adults. And that's not a character flaw. That's just being in your early 20s. She's not wrong for not wanting to shovel manure at 5 a.m., but she is wrong for not being honest with you sooner and for shutting down every single conversation you try to have about it. So now have the actual conversation, not the hint-dropping dance you've been doing. Say it clearly. Running this farm requires both of us working, and I need to know if you're in or not, because if you're not, I need to rethink this entire plan. If she won't work the farm, she could work a job in a nearby town, healthcare, trades, anything that brings an income and health insurance, which farms desperately need. And that's a legitimate version of a farm marriage that actually works. But if she won't work the farm and won't work elsewhere and expects you to fund everything, that's not a farm plan. That's a divorce in slow motion. And please do not have kids until this is resolved. You'll guys figure it out. Good luck. Okay, let's see what's next. Jeez, this is a long one. Buckle up. Simple Guidance 1612 asks, my husband hid $75,000 in debt. I'm overwhelmed and don't know how to move forward. I've been married to my husband for 5 years and we've known each other for 10. We've always had a solid, loving relationship. From the beginning, we agreed not to merge finances. He would cover the mortgage and larger bills, and I'd handle the miscellaneous expenses and focus on saving. He's a medically retired veteran in college, receiving a steady tax-free income. I work in healthcare in a mid-level management role. I've been saving diligently and have around $60,000 put away for emergencies and towards retirement. He's always told me he was in a similar financial position, and I had no reason to doubt him. Over the past year, we've been seriously discussing starting a family and moving out of our starter home to be closer to relatives. I recently stopped birth control and was making plans for maternity leave, possibly even staying home for a while after the baby is born. I truly believed we were financially ready for that step. Then a few days ago, he came home from school in a weird mood. I asked what was going on, and he dropped a bomb. He's $75,000 in debt across credit cards and personal loans, and only has a few $100s in cash. I am completely blindsided. The only loan I knew about was one taken out in December 2022 for a new roof. It had a 12-month no-interest period, and we had agreed to pay it off in full before that expired. He told me it was paid off, but it turns out there's still a $16,000 balance at 25% interest. I feel shocked, overwhelmed, and betrayed. He let me believe we were in a position to grow our family, financially stable, secure, and on the same page. Meanwhile, he was hiding a mountain of debt for at least 2 years. He's now suggesting a cash-out refinance on our home to cover it. I don't want to end my marriage or hold this over him forever, but I'm really struggling with the financial betrayal and the loss of trust. I don't even know how to begin rebuilding from this. Okay, geez, how do you even go about this? Two things are happening here simultaneously, and both of them matter. First, the financial betrayal. This idiot really kept this up for at least 2 years across multiple accounts while you were making major life decisions, including the decision to try to get pregnant. Second, where the heck did $75,000 go? This man has tax-free VA disability income, GI Bill housing allowance, and no major visible expenses you can account for. We're potentially talking $7,000 to $8,000 a month coming in, and somehow there's $75,000 in debt and nearly nothing in cash. That math does not work on bad budgeting alone. Gambling, a substance, a second life somewhere, something. Find out what, because the debt is the symptom, not the disease. Do not refinance your house, and I need you to hear this clearly. You would be converting his unsecured debt that is legally not yours into secured debt tied to your home, and if anything goes wrong, you could lose the house. Freeze your own credit, pull both your credit reports, and make absolutely sure there is nothing in your name that you don't know about. Get a financial planner and a couples therapist separately before you make any joint decisions whatsoever. And for the love of God, don't have any children yet. Not until you have full financial transparency and a real understanding of what caused this. Good luck. Okay, this is going to be the last one for Uncle Sam. My eyes getting tired from this BS. Just Jesse 97 asks, girlfriend lost job and can't make her car payment. Should I buy it? My girlfriend has a 2017 Toyota Corolla and only has $4,000 left on it. She has a savings account with $70,000 in it, but absolutely refuses to touch it because she says she's leaving it for her kids. I tried convincing her to use it to wipe out the car payment and just refill it later, but she refuses. She offered for me to buy her car for the price of the debt. I'm conflicted on this because our relationship has been rocky. If I buy it and we break up, what happens? The car would be in my name. $4,000 is a steal for a 2017 Toyota Corolla, but I'd really like to continue saving my money to pay off my mortgage. Dude, you don't have to be a genius to see this relationship isn't gonna last. Do this. Buy the car for $4,000 and flip it for $7,000 and give it to her one last time and dip. And make sure to steal her kid's PlayStation before you leave. Okay, Uncle Sam out. If you have any dilemmas, put it in the comments and I'll try to respond to it in my next video.